Star Wars. It's time for a Star Wars. That's how
Yes.
that's how the song goes, right?
We're not gonna have a K.
Oh no, we'll do it. I was just building up to it. But
Yes.
yeah, all right. So we'll do it here. We'll not have a K. I guess you did it earlier, so I won't do it. I won't do it again. Yeah. So well, my name is Casey Jones, and again with me is
The greatest LJ Solar. That's right.
the greatest LJ Solar. There's not another one out there, man. There's not another one like you. And thank you so much again for coming in tonight, this evening. We are talking Star Wars. We are doing our obligatory lightsaber episode before we get killed. You know, it's in the contract. They said you can name the show this, but you got to do one within the first 5 episodes. So we made it. Good for us.
This these 2 episodes were, so first of all, I didn't know they were cartoons. I thought they were like live action or something.
Yeah.
But that would probably make sense since they're so small. The clips are not that long, you know?
Yeah. Well, we'll start with it. We are doing Tales of the Jedi, episode 1 and episode 2. I guess we'll just jump right in. Hey, yeah, good to see you too. Yeah, that's good.
Camera, yo.
Yeah. Oh, he's putting his hand in front of the camera, folks. For those of you on the podcast.
How do you do this? How do you?
That looks all right.
It looks okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, this is episode 1. It's called Life and Death. And I like the new Star Wars little intro where it shows the lights all going by their. Ooh, I hit my mic again. Shows the lights all going by their face, you know, and it's like doodle 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 doodle.
Oh, and it shows the main characters.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool too.
That's a new thing they've kind of done here, I guess, within the past maybe 3 movies. I don't know. Well, they'll let us know in the comments. Anyway, we do typical Star Wars pan down, and I thought it was Morrowind. I was like, that's the closest recreation to Morrowind, the video game. For those of you know, if you know, you know. But anyway,
I don't know.
It's a game I played when we were in college. It looks like some of the villages look like that. But we hear a baby crying, and then the dad, he's surely happy that this baby is born.
You know, when they showed the mom coming out with the newborn baby.
Yeah.
I guess so. This is a little later. This is like a few minutes later.
Yeah, it's all right. Go ahead.
But it's like a old school, like living off the land style, like village. Yet there's like this high tech technology, robots, and then like it looked like a doorbell, an electronic doorbell on the front of the house.
Yeah.
I thought first I was like, okay, this is a different take.
It's interesting.
But naturally, with it being Star Wars, I think it's, you know, the robots and stuff, like you got to have that element.
You got to have them. They'll revolt if you don't. Yeah. The mom comes out and they name her Ahsoka. So I was wondering.
The names are weird too. I was trying to pick up on that. I was like, at first I thought they were just speaking a different language, and then I had to turn up the volume and I was like, wait a minute, what are they? But no, they're just the names are very different.
So do you know who Ahsoka grows up to be?
Well, because I watched the episode, I'm guessing they called her a Jedi.
Yeah, she grows up to be a Jedi. Yeah,
there you go. See, right. And I thought there was only one Jedi.
No, there's a lot of Jedi.
There's a bunch of Jedis because in the original movie, the only thing I know about Jedis and the Star Wars movie, I thought it was just him. I thought he was the only one.
Well, maybe at that point in time. You know, because he says, and we'll get into all this because we plan on doing a Star Wars deep dive, starting with episode 4, and we'll just start with it just right in. But we're gonna do something. We'll talk about what we're gonna do here.
But anyway, the little baby is a Jedi.
So this character eventually grows up to be a Padawan. We learned what a Padawan is, like an apprentice, and she's the apprentice to an Anakin Skywalker, which is
That's who I know.
It's Luke's father, actually.
Oh, I thought it was his son. It sounded like his son.
No, that's
Anakin.
Luke. Yeah.
So Anakin's the dad.
Yeah.
And Luke is the son.
Yeah. Who you know through the
Star Wars shows.
movie that we're gonna watch. Yeah. Luke Skywalker. Anyway, it's gonna be amazing. So, but we will get to that. Anyway, so I was like, 4 dots, they grow. She has different patterns, like how they all have different patterns. And I just didn't know if they just had 4 little dots. You know, she was born with 4 dots, but if you look at the other aliens,
they're different.
Yeah.
And they look different too, man, because one shot of the I guess the camera zooming in onto where everybody was at huddled to see this baby, right? It looks like they have turkeys on their head.
Yeah, it could be. I haven't looked. I may have missed that.
I'll go back. I'll take a screenshot of it and I'll send it to you. Okay. It straight up looks like a turkey on the back of that. You see the legs sticking up. Anyway,
that was funny, man. I like the grandmother here, and
okay, so she's the grandma because she just seemed.
No, I think she's a wise woman. I think you're right.
Okay, because it just seemed like she was like the village, person that was like very wise. Yeah, that's what remind me of what was a wise person.
That's probably who she is. So then, anyway, it's the daytime, and the dad is fixing the roof. Some time has passed. The dad's fixing the roof, and if you look, I guess she's going on a hunt, I guess, and maybe it's like a rite of passage. Right
before that, the little Ewok dogs. Those were the cutest little. Like I wanted one, but of course they're fictional, and I can't have one.
Oh, the old lady.
They look like it would be a dog that belonged to an Ewok. That is now I know what an Ewok is.
See, are
they the little bears?
Yeah, that's right.
The little bears, dude. Yes,
that's right. You got it.
Those dudes are cool, and they look like little Ewok dogs.
It is going to be a lot of fun to dive into the Star Wars universe. I thought this would be a good thing to do because it's kind of relevant and it's a kind of a soft ease into it. So, especially some of the prequel stuff. So.
Yeah. So I knew some of the things like they talked about a Jedi. I kind of figured that was like it's a noble warrior.
Yeah.
Obviously watching the show, that's what he is. But yeah, I didn't know like what the hell was happening. Like there's a baby born, is to be a Jedi. And then, right, like you said, she is like, I'm going to go on this hunt with my kid.
Like a rite of passage or something,
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, it's nuts. But if you watch the dad, you're talking about stuff like he's just hammering on this piece of wood. Yeah. There are no nails there. Like he's just.
He's like, maybe it's misaligned.
I don't know. He's just putting it back in place. The robot's holding the wood. So, yeah. Anyway, that's where we see the wise woman with those little cats that she's feeding.
Are they cats or dogs?
Yeah, cats or dogs or something like that. We'll find out.
They look like little poopies to me.
I have an idea later on.
Okay. Like an idea of like what species?
Yeah, just what to call them. So, and it's just like. I'll tell you here.
Later?
Yeah, here in just a second.
Because I'm really interested in this topic.
I like those.
Okay.
So they have a wide shot of the landscape and we see them kind of going through the grass and everything there. And I think that the landscaping in this looks amazing, like the mountains and all that stuff.
Yeah, it looked awesome. Very peaceful. Like it would be like if I had some technology like that in a hut, I'd be like, let's do it, dude. I'll live in an area like that. But I know it's not possible.
But they don't have running water or something like that, But like, let's see. So, okay. So I think they're all called like Nada, like because you see not a squirrel. Like it's not really a squirrel. It looks like a squirrel, but it's not a squirrel.
It's not a squirrel. Nada. That's what the species is called?
Yeah, that's what we're going to call it from now on. That's what it is.
Call it Nada.
Yeah.
The Nada species.
The Nada squirrel. So the mom tells Ahsoka to honor life. And then she pops some dandelion volcano pods. Like, what about people's allergies here?
Dude, I was like, poor baby, man. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, that's going to get in her nose. It's going to make her runny.
Yep.
She had a lot to do.
And we find out that they're hunting not a deer, ram goat. That's what it's called.
Yeah. I forgot what they called it because she did say this something is too heavy. I didn't catch what she called it after she kills it. But you're right. they everything in the show.
It's not really.
is very different. Like the animals are all weird looking. The people look like aliens or alien people.
Yeah.
But that's normal to them.
It is. It's normal. Let's see. So we see the old wise woman hearing the one shot in the background.
That's right. And it's like you see, she says, I thought this part was pretty cool. Remember as they were walking through the forest, she was like, everything you see is alive, respected or something
honor
like
life.
Honor life. Yes.
Yeah.
And, I knew obviously she was going to kill something or go hunt for something. And right after she killed it, the wise woman was like, said something like almost like a prayer. It was like, it's sad that we have to take your life, but we're doing this because we have to feed our family. Right. And we're at the top of the food chain. So, but anyway, you said, right. She hears one shot. That's where we were at.
Yeah. I guess it's not a deer. The not a deer is not a dead. And so mom says that you must face death, Ahsoka, and not fear it as she makes the mercy kill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's still alive at that point.
Yeah. And then she says a prayer. She says, she's a heavy one. You're going to help us carry it. But Ahsoka is so cute here. I just think.
I know. Yeah. She's just like, and she's 1 year old, right? At this point.
So, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. She's like, has it been a year already? Yeah. She's 1 year old.
But it's sneaking up behind them.
Yeah, freaking like saber-toothed looking tiger.
It's not a tiger.
Oh, it's not a tiger. That's right. It's a saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah.
It's not a tiger.
I think it's awesome how the mom growls.
Yeah, dude, because at first, I mean, what the hell are you going to do when you have probably like 2,000 pound tiger behind you and you're all of 150, 160 pounds.
Yeah.
And what do you do? Like naturally you can't get to your gun because he's right in front of it. So then you got to do something to startle or I don't know. That'd be a crazy ass situation to be in.
Adrenaline would just have to come through,
something.
It's just
something.
Yeah.
And you're protecting,
flight, I guess.
Yeah, and you're protecting your kid at the same time. So she's gonna do whatever she can to try to do, to stay alive and survive. Because she knows if she dies, like baby's dead.
And we hear the multiple shots, and then the villagers tend to hear this, and they start to freak out and start sending a lot of people. Ahsoka is just laughing as this battle is
her fighting. I know, I noticed that too. She was like, I mean, what does the baby do? They don't know.
But the not a tiger knocks down Ahsoka's mom and takes Ahsoka. I have here the wise woman. The wise woman is clutching her stone, saying a prayer. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, because now she knows something's wrong.
Yeah,
with the multiple shots and.
Yep.
Yep.
And this is where they lost me. With the not a tiger carrying the baby.
Man, you know what? When the dudes came and started shooting, I really thought the tiger was just going to take off and leave the baby. But he was like, well, I'll just take the baby. Doesn't grab it by its head and kill it as it's running off with it. It gently picks it up and runs away.
Yep. I get it. I just got to say, that's what I have written here. It just says you lost me. I don't know. So
yeah, that was bizarre. But we'll come to find out that I think it's the Jedi that's like, I'm gonna tame this thing. By looking at it and cooing.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? It was like self-consciously, or not self-consciously, unconsciously she did it. Because she was a baby. Or maybe she knew she was, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what goes on in babies' minds? I guess babies.
They know the secrets to the universe.
That's what have heard.
I watched a movie about it, man. It's got to be true.
Yeah. Ahsoka's lighting in the nest, the way that they do this 3D lighting, to her is amazing.
I don't remember that part. 3D lighting?
No, it's not 3D lighting. I'm just saying it's 3D modeling. Shut up.
Well, no, I was being serious. Like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm like, I don't remember any light beaming down on a where? Oh, no. You mean when she's talking to the tiger? Or I'm not talking, but interacting.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I see where you're at now.
In the nest, like the lighting on her, however they do it, it just looks amazing.
And then this is where she tames a lion. And the lion's like, oh, okay, I'll take you back to your family.
Yep.
He's licking his lips, too, about to eat this baby.
I know. And then she touches him on the nose. And then they just...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So she touches him. They have that moment here. And then the townspeople are just getting ready to go. And the lion is there. And the lion... This is another one that they lost me at. Because how did Ahsoka get on the lion's back? I understand that it's a cartoon, and I really just need to let shit like this go.
Yeah, man.
We're in a world of Jedis and people jumping around doing backflips and blowing up fucking. Yeah,
what's a Jedi?
That's a very philosophical question, LJ. What is a Jedi? That's something to look into, something to look deep inside your heart, inside your soul.
Yes,
but I'm not a Jedi, so
I want to understand that.
I do too. Anyway. I get it. It's tales of the Jedi. That's what I have written here. It's exaggerated tales. It's just it could be, I don't know. That's the way I took these two that I saw. Could be like exaggerated tales. Like, oh, why did you hear about Luke Skywalker? He one time, took on the whole Jedi or the whole,
army?
Whatever. Yeah, the whole army.
Whatever. The army of the whoever was that? Isn't that what what Darth Vader calls his?
Yeah.
What does he call him?
I don't know. His army.
Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers. Yeah.
Anyway.
Stormtrooper army.
So thank you, Daniel the Tiger, for bringing Ahsoka back. And if you don't get that reference, that's okay. So
you know what? Anyway, if you don't get that reference, then you're too young. Maybe.
Could be. Right? Well, they have some of it more on PBS. Like they have some.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway. The wise woman says Ahsoka is Jedi. So I didn't realize a lot of this stuff. I didn't realize, and I'm just talking with you, and this just shows how much time we have not put into this.
Yeah, that's true.
Know that you knew that little about Star Wars. That was your. I just didn't know. And so that really, to me, is going to make us watching a lot of this stuff so much more fun.
Because Because I know I've seen one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
I know Princess Leia, the big blob dude. That was a cool scene. Yeah. Who's the little robot dude? What's his name? One something.
Yes. One. It's Juan, actually. 1-3PO.
What up? Is it 1-3PO? It's 1-3PO?
No.
Or just it's just 3PO, right?
It's one of them is called C3PO and the other one is called R2D2.
R2D2, that's the little robot, right?
Yeah.
I like him. Yeah.
Anyway, but I was saying now I'm kind of concerned about not doing trivia time because I don't want to really spoil because there are things that I've said and that has happened in here, and if you haven't caught that yet, I don't really want to spoil that for you. I kind of just want us to watch now.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I get is what's in reference to what I watched. Right. And maybe a few things that I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so I may not do trivia time for this because if you don't, yeah. I think I'm going to skip trivia time for some of this. So we'll just move ahead to episode 2, Justice. Okay.
which I felt like I was watching a completely different show.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, it made no reference other than the characters looking a little similar. No, because I didn't even see those tribe people. I saw some other characters in this one,
Yeah.
which so in some of the movies, the characters look kind of different. They look kind of funny.
So that's how I see them. Do you know who Luke Skywalker's father is?
Darth Vader.
That's right.
Right? Because he's okay. Yeah. Because he's like, I am your father.
So if I told you that Ahsoka, that's Anakin Skywalker. So if I told you that Ahsoka's
was Anakin Skywalker?
Ahsoka is Anakin Skywalker's apprentice. So Darth Vader before he turned to the dark side. Yep.
What?
Just blew your mind. I could see it right there. Yeah. Yeah. So she grows up to be before. Do you remember watching any of the prequels? You don't remember that. Yeah. But you see a young Anakin Skywalker. He turns into Darth Vader.
What?
And
he does?
Yeah, dude.
That's who Darth Vader is?
Yeah. You just said it. Who's Luke Skywalker's dad?
Anakin Skywalker?
Yeah, and who is that?
Holy shit, what? I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That's amazing. Yeah.
That's crazy. Anakin Skywalker's Darth Vader?
Yeah.
I thought Darth Vader was, because you have to have an evil character.
Well, but you said he was his dad. You knew that already. You knew that Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's dad. You said so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. But I didn't know that. I'm so confused right now.
Well, just forget. I wish I could just have like a bleep and just forget everything that you just saw, because we'll just watch it in the movies. Okay. We will watch it in the movies.
Okay.
Okay. So just don't even think about it.
Okay.
It's not like they have the same last name or anything.
Look, my mind is clear. But anyway, going back to the second one, right? Completely not related to the first one, it seemed like.
So now you see that there are more than one Jedi here.
Yes, because this dude's a Jedi.
Yeah.
Right?
They're both Jedi.
The main dude.
Hey,
they both are?
If you could hit your table just a little bit harder, that would be awesome.
It's getting too gangster. It's getting too gangster over here. We're going to slow this down, Casey.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so now there's more than one Jedi here.
More than one Jedi. Yeah. Okay, so I thought he was the only Jedi. I didn't know the other guy was.
And usually there's a master and a Padawan is what they're called.
An apprentice.
An apprentice. Okay. Yeah.
Right? That's what Padawan means?
No, it's just like an apprentice. Like apprentice, not a princess. Did you say a princess or apprentice?
No, apprentice.
Oh, apprentice. I thought you said a princess. Oh my God.
No. Apprentice.
This is
so I was right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We're having too much fun with this.
This is great. No, but the Star Wars movies are going to be so much fun. I thought that you knew. I didn't know what you knew. Let me take a drink of tea here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, just the basics. Some of it I'm familiar with. But yeah, on a very basic level. Because I've literally watched like Star Wars like once, maybe twice, right? And that's it. And I'm almost 40 years old. So just like the last like 4, 5, 6, all the older ones, right? Yeah, well, I don't even know how many. All I remember is like Ewoks. I remember like there's bits and pieces that I recall in my mind. Let me blow
your mind.
I kind of know what's going on.
I think there's about, in the 3 sets that they have, there are 9 movies.
Okay, so I heard about this because Steven Spielberg, I know that, right? Did he?
Nah,
he didn't.
No.
Who is it? Who was the
It's George
producer?
Lucas.
Oh,
he
shit.
directed it. Yeah.
Okay, George Lucas directed it. Okay, so George, it's something about not having the technology.
Yeah, to do it.
Is this right? Yeah. So that's why it was. He was making what? He was making prequels? No, he wasn't. He making prequels.
The later ones in the series,
like the 5th, 6th, and 7th one.
The 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Okay, something like that. Okay,
yeah.
So then he went back later when he had the technology and he made the first 3.
That's right. That's right.
When I read that or heard that, I don't know if it was I don't know where I got it from.
Did you?
I don't remember where I got it from. Yeah, I said, "You have the technology." Lucas.
That motherfucker didn't know he was going to have Lucas, a job in this.
What's his name? Lucas what?
Yeah, George Lucas.
George Lucas.
Yeah, no, he's an amazing person. He's done a lot of great things. I mean,
he
created Star Wars.
Yeah. To think like, oh shit, we don't have the technology to make it look like I want to look like. So we're going to fast forward. I'm going to start from this point, create a movie that is, it's one of the greatest movies. Yeah. Like the Star Wars series.
Some would say that he had no idea what he was doing.
I'm sure people thought he was crazy.
He just made a movie and then he was like, no, I meant to make a trilogy. And then who knows? But I meant,
You know what?
Right. Okay. Let's get to this. Justice. All right.
Second movie.
The second movie.
Or second series. Okay, going back to this, like we didn't talk about shit.
No, we hadn't. No, we've just been talking about Star Wars. Anyway,
going back to this,
there are 2 Jedis, a Master and a Padawan. Yeah, they're in the city. They park. Or they're not in the city.
The village.
Yeah, says to set them down clear of the village, so they don't want any trouble.
That's right. I was like, oh shit! I thought they were going to go visit the one that we just saw in the previous one.
That droid that's loading stuff, it makes me feel sad.
Oh yeah, dude, because it's struggling. It's just like, oh shit, we're here trying to pick up the fucking mess, man. Just we gotta help our people out.
Yeah,
and they're robots.
The dog barks and it gets called to its owner, and we see
that's the only normal thing in this whole show is the dog.
Yeah,
it didn't look foreign. You know.
It did. I love the sound effect. I love Foley, the audio, that they do for these kinds of animated and cartoon things. I think it's an amazing job. They see a malfunctioning droid outside of a bar, and Jedis in bars, I know you don't know this, but Jedis in bars never really work out great. It just never tends to come together very well. So anyway, they ask where the master asks
probably
where the
shouldn't be
child
fated with that much power.
Yep. I love where he just sits down and he says, allow me to make my intentions clear. And he just drops his lightsaber down on the table. We don't really get any of these names, who these Jedi are, unless you have the captions on. See, and I thought that, I don't know, I kind of felt like maybe he was there to like fuck shit up and not really be like, all right, I'm cool. I'm a cool dude. Yeah. But it ended up being that way. Yeah. Yeah. What did you think of the Padawan? What vibes did you get from him? Did he look like anybody? No. He just looked like it was just like there to help him out. Yeah. That's just another dude. I guess they were partners on some level. Yeah. But they're just master and apprentice. So they spend most of their time together. They're just gangsta and gangsta pig. Yeah. Yeah. He just says he's there to resolve the situation for everyone, not just for the senator. He says he's been a long-standing senator, and you can see the results. The old lady tells him. Oh, that's right. You know what's funny, man, about that whole thing? When I was listening to it, I was like, you know what? That kind of sounds like today. Like when we don't want a politician in office and we're like, why don't you just vote him out? We're like, it's not as easy as it sounds, you know? Yeah, that's exactly right. A lot of these things,
Yeah.
yeah, they're a reflection of the time. So it says, you're one of the kidnappers, and the master says they all are. Uh,
And you know what? I thought they were talking about a baby,
yeah,
not like
no,
a teenager
he's a
kid.
teenager. They walk in, and the massive droid answers, and the son says, he's doing okay. He's better than these people. He obviously said, I had no idea that I'm always on the planet, and they'll either send
Mm-hmm.
me to Coruscant, so I had no idea.
He's like, I only work for corporate. Please understand. I don't know what they do down there in the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
He says, how could his father let it get this bad? He had no idea. The apprentice says, you don't blame them for the abduction, and the guy says, the kid says, well, how could I? What choice did they really have? The door opens. The senator is coming. They're like, you betrayed us, Jedi. And they like, hey, man, the senator had no idea we were even here. Okay.
And I was like, you know what? That's kind of cool because apparently the senator dude just is a bad dude,
He's
right?
just a bad dude.
And he's like, all right.
So they go out and they're just, they're like, all right, Jedi, do your duty, arrest these people. And they're like, you work for the Senate. And I love this line that the Master Jedi, no, he says, no, we serve the people of this republic.
I thought that was pretty noble.
Yeah.
Because he could have easily been like, all right, well, let's go get him, and then leave. But he was like, you know what? I got to stand with these people, man. Whatever you're doing is wrong. And then he ends up whooping their ass, dude. All right, fine. They kill some people and whatever, but he's like, all right, enough of this shit. I thought this dude was going to learn. To be honest, I would have probably just done that from the beginning, But
you can't. And that's the lesson that you'll learn with the Jedi. You just can't there's a good way, a noble way to take care of things. And there's a way of going down the dark path. Like he was just going to kill that person, straight up. That's not the right thing to do. And the Jedi can tap into the light and the dark. And it's just, that's more of a thing later on. It's a fine line of being a noble person and being a noble, let me see, carrier of the force or with it, bearer. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I guess I get that, because with if somebody like that for real existed with that much power, like the boys, that series, like they just get totally corrupt, man. And at first it might seem like, oh, I'm doing the right thing. But then eventually those heads are rolling, man. Yeah. And then you're like, no, I have total power, and it's not, you gotta be, like you said, it's gotta be noble.
Yeah.
Like I have to be provoked. Like I'm gonna do everything I can to try to talk you out of it. But if you make that first move, then I'm gonna Jedi.
And that's why I'm saying in bars it never really works out because somebody's hand always, it's gone.
It's like, all right, let's not do this today.
All the time. So the son asks the father, how could he do this? These are your people. These are our people. And then we get a classic Star Wars center wipe. Son's talking to the people and says that their suffering will not continue, and he's going to go ahead and change things and he drives away with his disgraced father. And this is a super somber ending, I thought.
Yeah, because as they were leaving, they were like, I hope something will change. Yeah. I hope that these people, basically what these people will get what they need to survive.
He says he wonders if meaningful change will come from this. And we see Two-Ton helping load the cart.
Yeah, he's like, let me pull this out real quick for you.
The master tells the Padawan that his actions saved many lives that day. And the Padawan says he was merely acting in the moment. The master says he is a much wiser man, that you are a much wiser man than I, Qui-Gon Jinn. And we get the name of the Padawan. The Padawan is Qui-Gon Jinn.
That's a pretty, when I heard that, I was like, that's a pretty dope name.
And he
Qui-Gon Jinn. It sounds gangster,
And he pays it back to him. He says, thanks to your teachings.
Yeah. For real.
And they walk off. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's thinking to himself, he's like, it's because I'm Darth Vader. I am your father. Okay, maybe not. Not yet.
That's what happens. That's what happens with those two people. We could. Shit. I don't know. Do you know what time it is?
It's 9. Well, 5 till.
No.
Did you want me to say 9?
It's trivia time. Trivia time. Trivia time.
Jesus. Seriously.
Yeah.
I didn't even get that. I'm like, oh, you need to know the time, man. Oh, it's fixing to be 9, dude.
Oh my god. There's a lot of things that I'm just not going to spoil, but some things that I guess I have accidentally spoiled already. So The Master is, I sent you a few gifts this week when we were talking about what we were going to do. The Master is that guy, and the Padawan is the other guy. And do they look familiar to you at all?
I'm about to go back and look because I see Smokey. Oh, those people?
Yeah.
Those people? What?
See how the top one has the curved lightsaber?
Yeah. That's right. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
The lightsaber was curved. I mean, the handle was curved.
Yeah, exactly.
So it seems like maybe that's a different fighting style because I remember the other ones have, or at least the ones that I've seen, are straight.
Yeah.
The handles are straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, can you imagine if those existed?
I can't.
For real? A lot. I saw a YouTube video about somebody actually making one, but I don't think it was quite like,
no,
it was pretty cool the way they put it together.
If it were like that in the movies, there's a big debate about what would happen if you dropped it. Like, would it just...
You know what? That's true.
Would it just fall to the core of the earth, and there would just be and then you just have this hole to the core of the earth in your room. You're like, what am I going to do?
Then lava would seep up, dude, and then...
I can't put... Yeah, I guess so. You'd be screwed.
It would seal itself because the hole wouldn't be that big.
And then they say that some of them have a safety mechanism where if you let go, then they turn off. But I don't buy that whole shit.
Yeah. Well, that would make sense because you'd have to be holding on to it for the lightsaber to be out. And if you were like, oh, it's like... Zzz,
okay.
As you're like, let go of it. That would make sense because what if you were fighting like that and they knocked it out of your hand and then you let go of it and it let it on you?
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be dead and it would go to the core of the earth.
What if you turned it on backwards? Yeah.
Oh,
there's so many things.
I never thought about that.
Like, you're just like, and you accidentally cut your leg off. Or like whatever.
That is hilarious, dude. That is so true. I mean, I guess you thought like, okay, these are like I don't know if it's electricity or what, but
it's light
or plasma.
I don't know. They're laser swords, is what they are. Is what, according to George Lucas, the laser swords.
But that is pretty gangster because lasers are pretty intense. Like even so, man. Like, yes.
Damn.
Other reference.
Well, I guess I'll tell you this. Okay, so the Qui-Gon Jinn. Okay, Michael Richardson, who voices the younger version. You don't want me to tell you? I don't.
No. Go ahead. Qui-Gon Jinn. Okay,
Michael Richardson, who voices the younger version of Qui-Gon Jinn, is the real life son of Liam Neeson, who usually portrays the character. So that's in
the dude from Taken?
From that gift that I just showed you. He's the long-haired guy on the left. That's Liam Neeson.
What? The dude from Taken.
That's right.
Right? Like, I will find you. That's the only way. I mean, a few other shows, but I didn't. What?
Yeah.
That's Liam Neeson. I did not know that.
Yep. And that's let's see. Ewan McGregor next to him. Ewan McGregor.
It's funny, dude, because this GIF just plays over and over again.
Yeah.
And I can see how he probably like they acted out, like trying to turn it on at the exact same time that they to make it all smooth and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All the little things you don't think about, man.
And that's why that's a good segue into it, because that's why we're going to take our time with these next things. So we're going to do, we've talked about it, everyone, and we're going to do Superman, the movie. Next, we're probably going to spread it out through probably 4 episodes, 3 or 4. Who knows how it's going to be?
What about 9?
It depends on how long we stay on Krypton, because I've got a lot to share with you about it. This movie is my favorite movie, LJ.
Yeah, it's a good show, man. I've seen it. I think.
Yeah,
I know I've seen one of the Superman shows, but yeah, dude, this is
it's gonna be good. Movie. So we'll split.
Is this the one that was like in the 80s or not the 80s?
It is 78, I think.
Okay. So so late 70s.
So we'll split it up probably in 3 different or 4 different chunks. Probably start with Krypton, then go to Smallville. Yeah,
because I remember the dudes in black. Them dudes were like the laser beams.
Yeah,
there were 3 of them, I think.
That's right.
This one was good. I remember bits and pieces of it.
Well, you're thinking of another movie. So
I'm thinking of Zord. Wait, in that. Or Zerg? Zod, that's right.
Yep.
Hell, Zod, right? He's like, you're gonna worship me. I remember that. That one, I want to watch that one.
That one is, we're not gonna get into it. I'll tell you later. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. So we'll probably split the first one up into like 4 different parts. And give it time, and then after that we're probably just going to go ahead and do A New Hope, episode 4, Star Wars, Our New Hope. That's what we're going to do. I mean, because that's easy. 3 different episodes, probably 4, talking about special effects and everything, because I want to share what I love about these films, like how they were made. Especially with like,
I mean, I can imagine back then the tech and the things they had to think of to get shit to work right and look legit.
Yeah,
back then was, it was a feat.
Like string and do something like that stuff.
Yeah,
just trying to make it work. So it's gonna be great. We're gonna spend some time really diving deep into these. So. It's going to be a lot of fun, LJ. Are you excited about Superman, the movie?
We'll see. I'm not that excited.
Superman?
Well, wait.
Yeah.
Is it a plane?
No.
Is it Santa Claus?
Nope.
No. It's a man in tights flying super fast.
What do they say in Metropolis? Oh, it's just I can't, or not Metropolis, and Lois and Clark. Can't remember. It's some guy in tights and a.
Oh, that's right. And then they don't believe him, but it's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I do remember that. He's like, "Oh no, shit! There's a dude in some tights." No, but what is wrong with you? Are you crazy?
That's funny, man. A lot of the stuff is for Superman is going to be cheesy and campy, but it's going to be a lot of that stuff. That how they made it is just amazing. So
yeah.
I look
because we live in a world where now it seems like tech is at its peak, but it's only going to get better. Like that's the crazy thing. Versus when being born in the 80s and 90s, tech wasn't that advanced.
Yeah.
It wasn't so scary then, but it's just getting crazier and crazier with what they're able to do. So it is cool to go back and look at how they did things to make it work.
Yeah.
And with the tech they had back then versus now, that they would easily recreate that now and make it look 19 times better.
Yeah. Like I sent you that set shot.
Yeah, dude, like that set, like it looks CGI. I think I even told you that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm like, that shit looks like, oh, it looks like a green screen.
So check this out. Let me just, we'll talk a little bit about it. But that you can see, if you look, you can see slits on the floor underneath where the ship is. That's made for the bottom half of the ship to sink into the ground. And so,
oh yeah,
Laura
like right under the store.
Yeah, so Laura and Jarrell can like say goodbye to their son, and then it'll go up, and then it'll fly off. And they really built all that. I just think that's incredible.
Incredible. Yeah, and you know, I mean, considering what they would do today, they would just CGI, man.
Yep.
They would just recreate that shit on a computer like that.
Yep. So
versus this took what, probably months to reconstruct and make this work versus, you know, maybe a few weeks with a good design team. They could recreate that, you know, on a computer. It's nuts.
Luckily they were able to like reuse part of this set later on. So anyway, that's just a little tidbit.
Yeah.
We'll get to it, man. Well, I look forward to talking with you about this.
Yeah. This is it's cool.
It's cool. Very cool, man.
I'm definitely look forward to this.
I can't thank you enough for taking the time to do this. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I look forward to this, man. This is it's fun. It's different, you know. I've never done this before, you know.
Me either. Well, I do this all the time.
Well, you're familiar with the techie side and stuff, you know. I just
not really.
I don't know. You know, like just trying to get this shit to work. Like I couldn't even connect. It's got an input for headphones, and I couldn't even get that to work. Hardwired.
Yeah,
trying to figure that out. You know, but
we are doing string and chewing gum type stuff too. So that's
true that, man.
All right. Well, we will get off here. Thank you for tuning to. Oh wait, I haven't done it yet. My name is Casey Jones.
My name is LJ Solar.
And you have been lit. Go ahead, you can do it.
What? Oh, K.